Now that I'm out and they're done trying to discredit me, which didn't work, by the way. They thought that, oh, everybody's going to be scared away thinking, well, look, even Dean Clifford went down. The Dean Clifford, that mysterious contractor from Winnipeg, Manitoba, who dared go online and make a couple of videos talking about rights.
We saw a lot of that on the internet and through the media. You know, a lot of stirring up, trying to kick up some dirt.
Yeah.
And in whatever way they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he's wrong. He's in jail. He's wrong. He's in jail.
Create the guilty party.
But blame the rape victim. Blame the rape victim. Obviously, the rape victim is wrong because they still got raped. Right? So, like, if I had been online telling people they have the right to not be raped, and then someone came along and fucked me in the ass against my will and raped me, I am therefore wrong. I don't have the right to not be raped because I just got raped. Therefore, I'm wrong. So Dean's now officially discredited.
Against you, just simple little sentences that you stick on point that wins every single time. Every time. Not 9 times out of 10. Just like the last round of charges that they brought against me, it wasn't 10 out of 11 that they had to stop. It was 11 out of 11 charges. Okay, this stuff is... There's no defense. There's no way to overcome these deficiencies we're going to get into today. And now we've gotten to the point where we're comfortable that when we're teaching people stuff and sending people into court to do stuff, that they've won because we're doing it. And so now we want to start getting that information out there.
But no injured party could be produced.
Well, yeah, they kept prosecuting on their fictitious party, Her Majesty the Queen, which doesn't really exist, which I objected to, and in accordance with their own rules of procedure, they didn't produce the real party of interest. So I'm wrong, and that's a Freeman myth, by the way. These are stuff we're going to get into in the courts that, again, they kept going back to trying to say that my Freeman tactics and myths aren't going to hold water in court, even though the only thing I ever did when I did make any answer of any way, shape, or form in court, which I didn't for the most part, was to bring up their own charter and international covenants that Canada's a signatory to. Every time I brought that up, a judge, or the judge, would be Martin in this case, automatically defaulted to, Mr. Clifford, your Freeman beliefs are not going to hold water in this courtroom, when all I did was bring up their own criminal code or their own charter or international covenants that they are a signatory to.
Right.
Well, it certainly motivated me as well, because now what I realize is that no matter how much you learn their laws, no matter how much you learn their charter and the international covenants where they promised that they were going to respect certain rights and freedoms and do certain things, they don't. They just don't. I could probably get into that more and just say that Canada has something called a risk management factor. They have a team of people that are involved in risk management. And what they've done is they've determined that, well, if we ever had to pay out a lawsuit to Dean Clifford for $10 or $15 million for violating his rights, so we run the risk of losing billions of dollars over here in exchange for the possibility of having to pay him $15 million in damages. So the risk management says it's more worthwhile to just violate his rights and completely disobey any law than let him cost us billions of dollars over here in taking 1 million people out of the system. So they don't believe in our horse shit anymore.
Yeah.
That's called risk management, and yes, they do that. They have risk management departments.
Yeah, without doubt.
Is it worth it for us?
Everybody that wants to stand for their own rights, have a garden, whatever else.
Don't do what Dean Clifford did, even if you're right. Well, they'll just do it to you anyway. You just contradicted yourself in the same fucking sentence. And they don't even see it. That's the sad part. And then they get angry at me for pointing it out that they're a moron.
Yeah.
You just contradicted yourself. You're a moron. And they get mad at me.
And of course, this was done all without a lawyer as well, too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Which is just something, an interesting point that I want to just mention, because of course I would imagine we still might have people as an audience that would...
newbies, yes.
Yeah, that would imagine like, okay, so how was he able to work with the lawyer to accomplish something that seems so difficult?
Yes.
But the lawyer has to, well, the lacking of a lawyer, of course, for the great reasons of...
Well, when you hire a lawyer, remember the Bar Association, number one, you've just declared yourself a ward of the state. You are an incompetent who can't handle his own affairs. You require the services of somebody to explain the law to you. And then you hire a member of the Law Society who's bound by the rules of the Law Society, which aren't law at all. It's just agreements between all the other members of the Law Society. So now you've bound yourself to the Law Society rules and regulations, which aren't law, but they are now law to you because your representative is bound by them. So you don't have access to just about anything because the Law Society has prohibited just about everything.
There we go.
So there is no laws, there is no rights, there is nothing when you hire a lawyer.
Right there is millions.
Yeah, and so if you authorize a lawyer to act in the capacity to represent your legal fiction, that's all. This is all still good.
Well, and that's why I say, like, he could actually represent me in a lawsuit just for those 26 days of solitary confinement.
Yep.
From last year, because I haven't filed a claim for that.
Yeah, well, there you go. Nice.
That's what I mean. So he could actually do just work on that alone. And that alone is worth fucking millions. And I'd be more than happy to give him a third of that. And that's a high-profile case to say, look, this guy was arrested on traffic offenses. You threw him in fucking solitary confinement for 26 days. And then at the end of the 26 days, you released him and withdrew all charges.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That kind of sounds like Auschwitz and Dachau and all them fucking good ones.
It's not mine. It's not who I am, and I have every right to be independent from an organization like that. There's international laws on that. When you bring up those international laws in the courtroom that say, no, you can't be forced to be a part of their political structure. You can simply choose to be an independent on your own completely. And they say that that's a crazy belief. It's not a belief. It's Article 1, Section 1 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. It's their own law.
There we go.
It's their own fucking law. It's not my belief. Just go read it. It's right fucking there. It's the first part of that covenant. It says I have the right to be free, independent, self-determining, and not a part of their political structure. So why are they calling me crazy in a courtroom, saying it's a crazy belief when I say stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, working towards our own ends instead of somebody else's ends.
Yeah.
And yes, absolutely support alternative media. They need it. It is a war of media out there. We're trying to teach you things, and the TV is fighting us. So don't let them scare you into thinking that you're going to wind up just like Dean if you try to enforce your rights. You know what, that could be true too, but you know what, you could be murdered tomorrow as well. You might as well try to make the world a better place in the meantime.